Okay. It's your boy, Brandon Chong, and I'm back at it again. Welcome to another episode of the Sports Card Journey. You see here? Sports Card Journey. If you haven't watched my last video, go watch it right now, because I talk about the importance of having a sports card watch list. In that episode, I show you all different Prizm investments, and today, we're talking about the top 5 Prizm investments right now. In my opinion, let's get straight into it. First up on the list, John Collins. John Collins is a power forward for the Atlanta Hawks currently, and you can buy his base Prizm for $50 or his silver Prizm for $150, give or take. Here's what I love about him. He averages a double-double, a 20 and 10. He plays for the Atlanta Hawks, which is a huge, large market in America, and the Hawks have a super bright future. Trae Young, John Collins, the Red Mamba, Kevin Huerter, Clint Capella. The Hawks have a very bright future. He's got the frame for the power forward. He's a very good inside scorer, but also he's an underrated three-point shooter, 40% from the three-point. In my opinion, him and Trae Young, that's a dynamic duo right there. Later in the NBA, they'll be a top 4 dynamic duo if they stick together. And John Collins is only 22 years old. Who knows the potential there? I wouldn't be surprised if his price doubles or triples when the next season comes back around. Number 2 on the list, Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is absolutely incredible. He's an excellent dunker, and he's an aggressive inside scorer. And also, he can shoot from any other spot as well. Donovan Mitchell has tons and tons of potential. Think about Donovan Mitchell he averages 24 points a game, but he's also pretty scrappy and does other things. Very flashy player. This is what you look for when you're investing in sports cards. It's those flashy players who are genuinely good at the sport. And Donovan Mitchell is. He's got that confidence, man, just that the star players need that. At the end of the game, he's like, give me the ball. So Donovan Mitchell, he's extremely similar, in my opinion, to Dwayne Wade. I'm not saying he's going to be Dwayne Wade, but he's very similar in terms of size, frame, how they score, how they move the ball. And at $110, Donovan Mitchell looks like a steal, in my opinion. With population count around 3,000. That's not too bad. That's a lot, but it's not awful. And he's a very underrated playmaker as well. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, that's a nice duo. I'm not saying it's a top duo, but it's a nice one. He low-key gets the ball out to Gobert pretty well. He's got potential to go up, in my opinion. Alright, number 3, we got Jason Tatum, small forward for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are the most historic NBA franchise, one of the top markets of America. So in terms of team-wise, if he wins a championship or goes to the finals, his price is already going to be elevated. This guy is an amazing ISO scorer. He can shoot 3, mid-range, inside. He can pull a hesitation, crossover, spin move, fadeaway. Jason Tatum looks like he has all the skills in the books. Jason Tatum, and this man's is 22. I mean, absolutely incredible. He's got a huge career ahead of him for sure. Like most likely, very most likely. Let alone he shoots 40% from the 3 as well, or just about it. I mean, you see so many highlights of him being clutch. He's confident. He is the alpha for the Boston Celtics for sure. Honestly, Jason Tatum could be one of the next great small forwards. Another Kevin Durant, Kawhi, or somewhere close to that level. If he's even close to that level, his price is going to go shooting up. Because right now, his base Prizm is $250. And in last episode, when I did that spreadsheet, I'm looking at the comparables. Oh man, his price could be $400, $500, $600. You'll see him on top 10 ESPN. You'll see Jason Tatum in the playoffs. You'll see him. Next up, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's 28 years old right now. He's right in the midst of his prime. Right now, he's playing for the Boston Celtics. He's a leading point guard. And he could do something special with KD once they fully come back and recover. I think this card specifically is excellent just because of that reason. The Brooklyn Nets, another large market franchise. Kyrie is flashy as well, very flashy. He's got deadly handles. He's clutch. He's going to be in the top 10. He averages 27 points a game and shoots like around 92% from the free throw line, which is incredible. 40% from three-point as well. So he's very efficient from those numbers. But he is injury prone, so you do have to be careful. And the one thing that separates him from these other investments is he has a championship ring. So, I mean, that's pretty good right there. He already has a ring, and he can get another one with KD. Another thing that could affect his price is he might be labeled too much as a number 2 guy by the media. But I feel like in the sports card world, that won't have too much of an impact. He's around $280 to $300. I think that's a pretty fair price right now. When you're thinking about hypotheticals, his price could go up a lot, right? But we're just talking about hypotheticals here. Hypotheticals could be the sports card market keeps blowing up. Another hypothetical is the Brooklyn Nets are going to be incredible next year. Well, these are huge possibilities and probabilities. We just don't know for sure, so we can't say. But Kyrie is a very safe investment as well. And he has a low population count from PSA. He has around a 550 PSA 10 cards for Prizm, while these other dudes have 3,000, 10,000, and like 15,000. So he has a lot of scarcity. But not least, Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar is incredible. So he goes for around $300 at this current moment of time for his PSA 10 Prizm card. Here's why I like him. Right now, he's averaging 29 points a game. He's an established superstar player, and he probably is, the most, for sure, future Hall of Famer as of this moment. He has a continuous upward trend. So even last year, we saw his evolution of his deep range when he knocked out the Thunder in the playoffs, right? And even this year as well, he's shooting a lot of deep range 3-point shots, which are insane. And obviously, he's clutch, and he has those memorable moments. 2012 Game 6 buzzer beater against the Houston Rockets. I'm gonna remember that forever. Another one is last year, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think it was Game 5. He had that he was on the right hand side against Paul George. He had that right side step back, boom, fade away, ended the series, ended the Thunder team. So I think Damian Lillard has like the most potential to create a memorable moment. If he does something like that in the finals, his price will shoot up for sure. I think while this might not have the most potential to shoot up in price, like 2x or 3x, I think it's the most established card and the safest investment. It won't drop down by half, right? It'll stay at 300, 250, 200. Over time, right, it might go down more, but I'm talking about in a month or two, you won't see his price go down half. Unless there's some economic crisis. Also, he has underrated footwork. His step backs, his pump fake, like that, those are outstanding. Also, he has a low population count. Around 500, I think. So that's really low. There's a lot of scarcity. There's a lot of supply value there. I think Kyrie and Dame, what makes their Prizm card special is that it's the first year of Prizm. And as you see in the sports card world, the trend is we're going to start collecting in these first year sets, right? 2016 Optic, 2012 Prizm. Damian Lillard and Kyrie are definitely good cards there. I'm going to give you like a couple tips just for like sports cards in general before you go. I would say first, just because you watch this video, don't feel inclined to buy anything, right? Make sure you have enough money first. Do your budgeting, right? Maybe it's $200 a month, maybe it's $100 a week. Do your budgeting. Number 2, do your research, right? Prizm's not the only set available. I mean, for basketball, you have at least like all of Panini, all of Don Russ and Optic, NBA Hoops, right? Panini Revolution. These are just only a few brands as well. There's still Fleer, right? If you're looking for a Greek freak, there's still Fleer. And there's not only modern cards, there's older cards too. Magic, Larry Bird, MJ, Kobe. So you gotta do your research and make your own decisions when you're investing in sports cards. Anyway, those are the top 5 Prizm cards to buy right now, in my opinion. I would say the most potential out of all these cards is Jason Tatum, for sure, 100%. Jason Tatum could literally be a $1,000 card if he does, if a lot of things go right. The most risk could be John Collins. He could literally go to 0, right? Power forward. At least for Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum, their card price will take a lot more time to go down because they've already developed their star value. I would say least risk, right? And probably the most steady and safe investment is Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving, but preferably Damian Lillard. Make sure, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and that share button if you want to. Okay. Until next time.